Well, hello, sweetie pie.
How are you?
You know, I'm doing pretty good today.
Yeah?
Doing pretty good. And hand me those albums there, would you? Thank you. I want to ask you a question. What do all these albums have in common?
They're all on a little thing that used to sit on the table. And you used to punch a button.
All right, I'm saying, what do these albums have in common?
They're all colored.
This one.
Well, they've been played a lot.
All right, what about now these three albums? What do they have in
Oh,
common?
brothers, siblings.
Oh my God!
Look, when this one looks like it's played a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it does.
This
That's the
used to be
Carpenters.
on the-
Who's that one?
This one's the best of the Doobies.
The Doobie Brothers. Okay, I think we're starting to get the theme here.
Hey,
My friend Dan Sagoon suggested we do siblings.
well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Did you ask him his suggestions?
No, he didn't. Dan's very good at making suggestions, and I appreciate him. I really do. And none of those are what we're going to talk about today. Those three albums, but there
These
you got.
are?
No, we're not going to have the Doobies. We're not going to have the Carpenters. We're not going to have the Bee Gees. We've done Bee Gees in our disco thing, and I think the Carpenters before. So we could, there's a lot of them actually. So we are going to have the Everly Brothers.
I don't think we've talked about them.
Yeah, we haven't. So the Everly Brothers
Kathy's
are going to be
Clown.
on here today. Thank you.
Kathy's Clown, yeah, that's an old one.
Okay, we're going to have the Allman Brothers are going to be here today.
Okay.
Now I'm cheating because usually we do 50s, 60s, 70s. I think I'm sneaking into the 80s with the Allman Brothers.
I think we can go to the early 80s anyway.
Yeah, 'cause the ones to me that sound more 50s, 60s, 70s. Because some of that 80s stuff doesn't. And we're going to do one from Credence.
Sounds like you're yelling at me.
Oh, does it? Well, I don't need to be. Usually you yell at me rather the other way. No, I'm talking loud because I like to talk loud.
Is that so you
No
can hear
yelling.
yourself?
No yelling. But I want to comment on that record we were just playing
Yeah.
because this is. Did you do any look up on the internet?
You know, I didn't. I did
Oh.
not. I'm going to wing it today. So
I was gonna count
we'll
on
see.
you.
We'll see what I can come up with.
This is April, Nino Temple and April Stevens.
Yeah.
They're brother and sister, and they did had a couple of big hits, I think, in the
This
60s.
This is probably the biggest one for them.
It is Deep Purple. That's an old song out of the 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
And Billy Ward and the Dominoes did a version of this song, Deep Purple, because it's such a great song. Speaking of tempo, Nino Tempo, they speeded up the tempo on this one.
I'm glad that they did because I like this one.
They got a great sound,
Yeah.
brother and sister.
Right.
So the next one will be Brothers, and I wish you looked this up because I don't know their names. Dire Straits, that's an 80s group. I'm sorry. But
Have to ask Jamie.
See, I thought you always look up on the internet. I don't know their names, but they are brothers. Dire Straits doing The Walk of Life.
I think I know the song just
You
by
do?
the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like it because it's got a great beat, great sound.
Yeah, I do know the song, right?
I know you always do once it gets
I do,
into it,
I
right?
do, right. Yeah.
Dire Straits and The Walk of Life.
Okay.
This
I
is one of my
remember
favorite
I
hits.
remember Dire Straits, and you're
Yeah.
right. I don't remember their names, but
Yeah.
I normally don't anyway. So.
Well, they are brothers. That's all I know is they're brothers. I wish I knew. Somebody's going to say, Rod, you should know this. But I don't. There's a couple of them I don't know which brothers or sisters they are, but they are brothers.
Yeah.
And I just want to hear,
Woohoo!
yeah, little 50s sound.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that a great sound.
It is.
Got to get some words in here before we go from them.
Yeah.
See what a great song.
Nice.
Now the next one,
Runny nose.
next one are brothers Santo and Johnny. I'm not playing their big hit because everybody knows it. It's my right in the top 5 favorite songs of mine, Sleepwalk. This is not Sleepwalk, but it's such a beautiful song, very reminiscent and haunting like Sleepwalk.
And you
to
have
me.
150 versions of Sleepwalk.
Well, this is called Teardrop by Sano and Johnny,
Gosh,
two
I
brothers.
almost was going to say it sounds like Sleepwalk.
Oh, it does, because they're playing that Hawaiian guitar.
Yeah.
But it's got that same haunting, beautiful sound to me.
You know, when you hear the same song over and over and over all day long, and then Ron asked me, did you hear the different variations? And I went, no, I didn't. They all sounded like the same guy.
Well, I've got about 6 versions of Sleepwalk.
Yeah, well,
You know,
have
Brian
more than that.
Setzer of Stray Cats does a great version. I think Danny Gatton, Great Guitars, does a version of it. Quite a few versions, because they love Sleepwalk too.
Yeah.
But
I
this
like
is Teardrop,
Yeah.
which I think is almost as beautiful, but I
Yes.
don't think it was a big hit. That's Sano and Johnny, they
Yeah.
were brothers. And the next one, a lot of people in the 60s who love the Beatles will recognize this next song. Right? That British sound of the 60s. The Kinks, they're brothers. I don't know,
I didn't know that.
what their names are, but they are brothers.
Yeah, this was a big hit.
You're a big hit.
Big
You
hit,
really
yeah.
got me.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan, but it's a good
I
sound,
like
I guess. You know, they caught that wave of your favorite group. I should picture a big surf wave when they're all on 20 surfboards following the Beatles. The Kinks, Freddie and the Dreamers, Jerry the Pacemaker. We're loving you, Beatles, because we get to ride your coattails.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good one. I haven't heard it here in a long
All
time.
right. The next one I told you about the Everly Brothers. This is one probably was, I don't think was ever a big hit, but it's one of my favorites. It's very humorous. Poor Jenny by the Everly Brothers. Yeah, it's really cute. You gotta listen to the words, just the first one. Took Jenny to a party last night, but there was a heck of a fight. Somebody hit Jenny. She went out like a light. Poor Jenny.
I have visions of that happening to me. Not that it ever did, but could you just imagine, you know, minding your own business and getting hit?
Anyway, I love this song because I think he ends up having to see her picture gets in the paper the next morning. He's got to explain to her parents.
Okay, I don't know this song, obviously.
But I think it's a good song. I don't know why it wasn't a big hit. It's very cute.
Very young.
Yeah, what I love about some of these 50s songs, they were really aimed at teenagers. This is a song about 2 teenagers getting in trouble at a party.
Well, don't
And they
they
got
all?
that same Everly Brothers beat, that guitar work.
She was in jail? You better get to the next one.
All right, well, we're going to talk about one of my favorite groups, actually, and again, I apologize, I think this is the 80s. This is the Allman Brothers. I think this is off this album, Brothers and Sisters, actually, and it's one of my favorite blues-sounding songs, Wasted Words. It's not their big hit, Rambling Man, but it's got that great Allman Brothers
Yeah,
sound.
it does.
Doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
Wasted Words.
Huh.
I could just see them playing down there on their ranch, sitting around.
Yeah.
Dickie Betts was a big band member, but it was y'all with Dwayne and who's it? Dwayne and
I didn't do any research.
the other guy. Oh, people are gonna yell at me.
This is why it's called the Ronnie record.
Yeah.
You know, he's supposed to have all the knowledge.
Dwayne, everybody knows.
When I have the knowledge, then it should be Karen and Ronnie. But
Greg. I think Cher married Greg after she dumped Sonny.
okay.
Just threw him aside.
Like Sonny Bono?
Like Sonny Bono when he made her the star that she was, and then
Oh,
she
you're talking about
dumps it.
Cher.
Yeah.
Oh.
She married Greg
Oh,
Allman
she did.
Ah.
Yes, I do.
for about
know
5
that.
minutes, I think.
Yeah, I think a little longer than that. Yeah.
Any wasted words. All right, the next one, I'm playing the next one because the Smothers Brothers used to have their own comedy show on TV, and they came from, where do you think they came from, Karen? The
The
Smothers
Smothers,
Brothers?
where did they come from?
Salinas, California,
Oh, I didn't know that.
where I was raised. Not very well, but I was raised in Salinas.
And one played the guitar and one played the bass.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I know I'm right.
Yeah. Anyway, they had a big comedy. The song, which comes up next, is probably right now. Well, not yet, but this is a comedy record. I don't know if it was a big hit at all. I don't think it was, but it's a parody of the teenage angst songs where
Well, put it on so
the
we can
girl
hear it.
dies, and
Put it on so we can hear it.
All right, you have to hear the words though. Jenny Brown. Another one, poor Jenny. This is poor Jenny Brown.
Poor Jenny.
As I was walking by the shore, I happened there to see.
I don't know what it's all about, but
She's
I
dead.
heard- Oh, she's dead.
The dress she wore was gingham blue.
Who's looking at her laying there in the water?
It might have been my own true love, my sweetheart,
Jenny Brown.
Okay.
Her face was turned into the sand. 'Twas who I could not tell.
The funny part about it is when Tommy,
A ring
they used to have that routine where Tommy's going, "Oh my Jenny Brown," oh he's sobbing, and then Jenny Brown gets out of the water. That old jokester, Jenny Brown. So it's a really great satirical
Yeah. Are
piece.
they alive?
Oh, I think so. See, he's going on, "My Jenny Brown."
Did you cry at the high school prom?
I
I love you, Jenny, and yet I made you cry.
Oh, shut up.
But she's laying there around all dirty and wet.
Sandy and dirty.
Dirty and
Eyes
wet.
and said, "Oh, Jenny, come back.
Oh, Jenny.
I stared into her lovely face, a face that used to clown. I saw one eye a flicker, then wink and open.
All right, the next brothers,
Okay, that's good. I'm done with this.
we're going to end with one of my favorite groups, and yours, I think, is Creedence. Creedence Clearwater, and they're John Fogerty and Tom Fogerty.
Okay.
And here they are
Okay.
doing Lodi. And I picked
Oh,
this
Lost in
song.
Lodi.
I picked this song because we're in California. We've been to
What,
Lodi.
is it Lost in Lodi? I got lost in
What
Lodi.
this song is.
Yeah. Which we've commented on this before.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know
have.
how you can get lost in Lodi. It's a blink and you're gone. But yeah.
Well, you get lost if you're lost. I think that's part of the thing where he's lost. He's lost in Lodi. And it's a great song. One of the Creedence's, I think, best songs. They're, I think they had a split up. I think maybe Tom and his brother got in a fight. I don't know. It
That's
wasn't
normally
real
what
good.
happens.
They were unhappy with their record company, Fantasy, for ripping them off.
So you know who you didn't? You didn't have.
I didn't have a lot of people.
You don't, and
No.
you don't have a little bit rock and roll and a little bit country.
Donnie Marie.
There you go.
Yeah,
Austin.
we did Donnie. The other person that sat here, Mindy,
Oh, Mindy. Okay,
talked
you guys
about
did
Donnie.
that.
So we
yeah.
did. We talked a lot about
But-
Donnie Marie.
yeah. Trying to
But there-
think also.
But there's a lot
Yeah.
of sisters, a lot of brothers. Hart is our
the
sister.
Jacksons. You didn't
The
do
Jacksons.
any of the Jacksons.
Yeah. But see, we can only do about 8. Otherwise, we go off in 15, 20, 30 minutes.
See, I would have probably picked a couple of different ones.
Now you're criticizing the Ron of Ronnie Records? Oh, Karen.
It happens a lot.
I know it happens a lot.
Anyway, yes, this is good. We'll have to do another one.
Yeah, I thought we had fun, and thanks to
Siblings
Dan.
of
Thanks to
two.
Dan Sagoon for suggesting
Yeah.
this. I think it's a great idea.
Right.
And again, I like to pick some brothers and sister groups that we might not know a lot about,
Right.
or songs that we may not know a lot about. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could have played Everly Brothers, Bye Bye Love, or whatever, but I picked one you didn't know. Or,
The Righteous Brothers?
No, the Righteous Brothers I could
How
have,
could you not play
because they're
that?
not brothers, for one
They
thing.
got brothers in their name.
I know, but they're not brothers. That's what some people call them righteous because they were
Righteous.
blue-eyed soul,
Yes.
but they're not brothers. That's why I didn't pick them, Karen.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in today.
All right. Be sure to subscribe to the Ronnie Record Show.
Yes.
Look it up on your TV for YouTube, the
Yeah.
Ronnie Record Show.
But thank you very much, and we'll be back next week with another exciting episode.
Well,
I'm
at least
joking.
exciting to us.
Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. You're always
You're
great. Thank you.
Oh.
Stuck in Lodi with Karen. What a great place
Yeah.
to be.
We'll go see Phil and Jerry.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
All right.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.